We often hear people talking about the concept of halala in Islam. Have you ever stopped to think about what halala actually means? What is it? And how does it work exactly? Join me in this video as we dive into a discussion about halala, separating the wheat from the tears. We'll explore the true meaning of halala in Islam and expose the wrong practices that have been mistakenly associated with it. Stay tuned for an enlightening journey. To begin, let's start with the term itself. Halala comes from the root word halala, which means to make something lawful or permissible. In Islamic jurisprudence, halala refers to a situation where a divorced woman can become lawful or halal for her former husband again. Now, it's important to understand the conditions under which this becomes permissible. In Islam, when a husband divorces his wife by pronouncing the word talaq, divorce 3 times, the divorce becomes final and irrevocable. This is known as a triple talaq, or a talaq al-sunnah. Once a woman has been divorced by her husband in this manner, they cannot simply get back together. Marrying a divorced person before the expiry of the iddah period is also forbidden. Iddah is a mandatory waiting period of 3 menstrual cycles, during which the divorced woman must refrain from remarrying. The purpose of this waiting period is to allow the possibility of pregnancy to be established beyond doubt and to provide time for reconciliation between the spouses. Once the iddah period ends, or when a man explicitly declares divorce by saying or writing it 3 times with clear intention, he loses all authority over the marriage. This rule is intended to ensure that men take the institution of marriage seriously and do not overstep their bounds. If the woman remarries someone else after her divorce and that new marriage ends either through divorce or the death of her spouse, then she becomes lawful or halal for her first husband. This is known as halal. Now, it's crucial to understand that this ruling applies only when the previous marriage has ended naturally, that is, through divorce or the death of the spouse. If the woman is still married to her second husband, it is not permissible for her to consummate the marriage with her first husband. Doing so would render both the first husband and the second husband guilty of zina or adultery, which is a grave sin in Islam. Unfortunately, there have been instances where some individuals have attempted to exploit this ruling by arranging a sham marriage with the sole purpose of enabling a divorced woman to reunite with her first husband. This practice is known as Nikah Halala, which literally means making nikah halal. In this context, it refers to the act of marrying a woman with the intention of divorcing her immediately afterwards in order to make it permissible for her to marry her first husband again. This practice is entirely different from the concept of halala discussed earlier, which involves a woman remarrying after the dissolution of her second marriage, naturally. It's important to note that Nikah Halala is considered haram, forbidden in Islam. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, strongly condemned this practice. The concept of halala was revealed in the Quran to address situations where marriages had broken down. It provides a mechanism for reconciliation between former spouses, while upholding the sanctity of marriage and ensuring that it is not treated lightly or used as a means to fulfill personal desires. The Quran says, in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 230, "And if he divorces her a 3rd time, then she is not lawful to him to marry her again, unless she marries another husband after him. Then if the latter divorces her or dies, then the first husband, if he wishes to resume marital relations with her, may do so, and he is required to compensate her with a gift in addition to what she had previously received." This verse clearly states that a woman who has been divorced by her husband can only return to him if she has remarried someone else and that marriage has ended. It also highlights the importance of treating women fairly and ensuring that they are not exploited or divorced unjustly. In conclusion, understanding the concept of halala is crucial for Muslims, as it provides a framework for dealing with the dissolution of marriage while upholding Islamic values. It is essential to distinguish between the different scenarios in which halala can occur and to avoid practices such as Nikah Halala, which are contrary to Islamic teachings. By educating ourselves and others about halala, we can help ensure that this sacred institution is preserved and protected. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery. If you found this video informative and insightful, don't forget to like and share it with your friends and family. Your support means everything to us. Stay tuned for more videos that explore the depths of our faith and help us all live better lives according to the teachings of Islam. Thank you.